Hello and welcome. I hope you are having a great day. In today's review, we have the Ezra's Legacy Lightsaber all the way from Galaxy's Edge. This lightsaber retails for $169.99. After taxes, you're looking up to $180. Now, should this lightsaber have been Sabine's Legacy Lightsaber? If you want to know more about that, stay tuned until the end of this video so I can explain to that what I think this lightsaber should have been Sabine's Legacy Lightsaber. With that in mind, let's get right into the review by getting a closer look of the box and the hilt.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Now, if you own any of the Legacy Lightsabers already, pretty much the box is the same, nothing has changed. If you don't own any of these Legacy Lightsabers and you're thinking in getting this one for the first time, you have an idea. This is how the boxes actually look. Now, right here in the center, we have the crest, which is the Phoenix, and this one is represented through the whole series of the Rebels animated series. If you have seen it already, which I assume you probably have. But if you're not, then that's what it means. That's the Phoenix, and then the background is a green color, which represents the color of the blade of the actual lightsaber that comes inside this box. And then right here in the bottom, it says Ezra's Bridger Legacy Lightsaber. Second lightsaber actually says that right there, which it is interesting, but actually cool that they specify which lightsaber this is. So now I'm gonna open the box so we can actually see what it is inside, and there you have the lightsaber right there. It's really cool and unique in its own way, and we will talk about that right now, but just so you can admire right there inside of the box. Really nice. So let me pull it out so you guys can see it better. And this lightsaber comes with a few other pieces, but we will look at that right now just in a minute. But let's look at and enjoy what the lightsaber has to actually offer. So the lightsaber in itself, we have the silver color right here, black, a little bit of, I want to say it's like a violet color, because if you see it like really well right there, it doesn't exactly look like blue or purple, but it's more like a violet, kind of like between those two colors, I will say. More black, a little bit of gold right here in the rim right there on the top of the emitter. The switch has a little bit of gold details to it too. And then the only thing that really pops in this lightsaber is going to be this red knob right there, and then the silver right there in the middle. Silver, more silver all the way here on the top right there. This color in the middle really pops, and it makes it a little bit more unique than anything, other than if it was just pure silver. But I feel like this violet color it pops really well, and it gives it a uniqueness to the lightsaber. We have metal, plastic, plastic all of this section, plastic when it comes to the red piece right there, and then metal right here. Plastic, metal, the gold section right there, plastic in the center right there, and then more metal right here. And in general, even though it's the use of a lot of other different materials, this one feels really balanced. That's what I want to say. Let me show you what it is inside of the box. And another thing too that I have just really quick is these ones right here. I feel like the presentation of inside of the boxes, this is really fluffy, cheap piece of plastic, and this like felt or whatever this little rod right here is. I feel like they're really cheaply made, and I think that's something that Disney Galaxy's Edge has to get better at. In the inside you will have this one, and you have this, which it is the section where the actual blade goes, because you would not be able to put one in this one right here in this way. Right here we have the emitter section, and this one, all of this section is pretty much plastic except for the little gold rim right there too, and then the silver section right here. There is the cover, and the inside is pretty much the same thing as always, nothing really different in there. Something that was really interesting is that this section right here, you're not able to remove it. From other lightsabers, like for example the Obi-Wan, this will be like two sections, two pieces, and if you really wanted to display your lightsaber like this and then put this one on the side, you can't really like stand there or anything other than just like that, right? I didn't like that. I personally don't like that this cannot be removed. I really enjoyed it when this was removable, and I think that was a lot better. But I can see why it might be a little bit cheaper to do it this way, just because they don't have to build another connector on the top where the blade will to connect the blade with the with this section. So I can see that might be a cheaper way. That's probably why they did it that way. But let me show you is that, and then you disconnect this section right here. Remove this. There is the inside right there, just to make the connection with the blade. And then you remove the bottom. So this is how it looks, just empty like that without anything. This one, you put it here, screw it in. And something that I did like with this one is that no matter how you screw it, this section right here will always be even with this section right there. Like if you can see that right there, you know, they always be even. That's nice because sometimes it's with other lightsabers, and I think that's part of the craft, right? With time, they kind of figured out how to make things better and more efficient. So I like that, that at least pay attention with those things. Something that I did not like this time is that it carries batteries. It's not rechargeable like the other ones before, and that was a little bit of disappointment. When it comes to the exact replica, and of course if you connect this one, it is the exact replica of the lightsaber, and that's something that I really enjoy about these lightsabers personally. And most of them of legacy lightsabers, they are like exact replicas of the originals that we see in the shows. Oh, another thing, it will be the price. The price of this one, like I said, is $169.99. I feel like the price is okay. I feel like it could have been a little bit cheaper. So now let me put the blade to show you how it actually looks with the blade and the sounds that this makes. This one, the same as all the other ones. It has the same sound as all of the other ones. Let me, and then you switch it to your left, right? Yeah, and then turn it on. Right. Something that I don't like about these blades, like I said before, is the tip of it. It looks weird, you know. I mean, if you just made it like all seamless and actually look really good, like all the way up, I think it will look a lot better. But I mean, it's kind of like, you know, what you get right there. Some of the sounds, I think this lightsaber is really responsive when it comes to the movement of your hand, and I think lightsabers are just getting a lot of better with that. But clashing sounds, I think it's only one, right? Yeah, it is only one sound. I don't see any of the other ones. I would say the ignition of this lightsaber, it sounds a lot better than other ones. That's something. When it comes to when you are swinging it around, it has probably like 3 or 4 different settings, right? I think I hear a few settings when it comes when you are swinging it around, which is really cool. But yeah, the clashing is just one, which it is lame. I wish they had put more. Let me turn off the light so you guys can see how it looks with the lights off. Let me turn it on. Yeah, that's a really bright lightsaber. I don't know how it comes across the screen, but I mean, yeah, the when you do the movement in your hands, the swinging, I like it. I like how it actually sounds. It doesn't bother me. I think the only thing that's bothering me about this one is the clashes. It doesn't have different sounds when it's clashing. It doesn't have different effects either. It's just one, which it is, like I said, really lame. It's a bummer that doesn't have different clashing and effects with this lightsaber. It is a good lightsaber, but it has its cons, definitely. I think this is a lightsaber that I will give probably like 80-70% of goodness. Other than that, I don't think it is one of the best. Definitely not one of the best lightsabers out there. Now, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, that is for a reason. And the reason being that I told you that I thought that these lightsabers should have been Sabine's Ren Legacy lightsaber. The main reason being that after almost in the last episodes of Rebels, Ezra gives his lightsaber to Sabine. And then later in the new Ahsoka show, we learn that she gets to keep that lightsaber. So that's the main reason that I believe this Legacy lightsaber should have been Sabine's Ren Legacy lightsaber and her first lightsaber too, because now she's a force wielder, as we have seen it in the Ahsoka show. The question is, did the people who create these lightsabers, they knew what Dave Filoni was going to do and just leave this lightsaber for her? Maybe they didn't. That's probably what the reason, and they just, I think the best thing would have been for them to just wait and see what actually happens to this lightsaber, instead of just creating it for Ezra, because I really believe that this should have been for Sabine Wren's Legacy Lightsaber, first lightsaber, just because Sabine might create a second lightsaber in the next season or third season of Ahsoka. We don't know, right? But that could be a possibility. I think for the first Legacy Lightsaber of Ezra, they should have done the blaster. Like, that's what they should have done since the beginning. The blaster combination of blaster and lightsaber, that should have been Ezra's lightsaber. Because now we know that even though they call this one the second Ezra's legacy lightsaber, we know that now Ezra has another lightsaber. So what are they gonna call one? Ezra's third lightsaber. So I think they should have just waited a little bit. I mean, we don't know how these things work, right? But that's what I think maybe sometimes is the trouble and the problem when these talking with them and one another and the people who are creating these things, just because they don't know exactly what is going to happen in the shows. But if I'm part of the people who are creating these lightsabers, and I should have someone in charge of just watching, right? Even if you don't like Star Wars, just watch the series, watch the shows and see what is going on here. And if you know that this was given to her, then maybe just wait instead of just releasing it as you thinking that probably Ezra will take it back, and in the end Sabine is trying to give it to him and he's like, no, you already touched it, I don't want it anymore. Well, not like that, right? But you get the idea. So, and I think that's where maybe it is a miscommunication when it comes to all of these different branches of the company. But yeah, if I was in charge of that, I probably would have just waited to see what happens to this lightsaber. And now that I know that it's Sabine's lightsaber, then I would just have called it Sabine's Wren Legacy Lightsaber, her first lightsaber. And then just kind of for the first lightsaber of Ezra, I will personally have done the blaster with the lightsaber. That's what I have pretty much done if I was in charge of these kind of decisions. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Now the final question to answer is, do I recommend this lightsaber? And I think, as always when it comes to lightsabers, right, I have like the why should I recommend it and why I shouldn't. And I think it is just for two types of people, and it is the one who's gonna add probably a third, fifth, or first lightsaber to their collection, and then the one that collects all of them. And I think you always have to see those two sides. For the person who collects at least a few of them, or if you have like 3 or 4 or 5 in your collection and you just want to add another lightsaber, I wouldn't recommend this for you. There is other many lightsabers out there in the legacy lightsabers. They are a lot better. For the price, you get a lot of more value for those lightsabers than this one. For the collector, sure, it is a really good lightsaber. It's an exact replica of what we see in the show. And that's what we want at the end of the day as collectors, exact replica of what we saw in the Ahsoka show or the Rebel show, right? So I think that's what you want. Where this lightsaber lacks a lot, and I mean a lot, is just effects, right? The swinging effects it's just one, which it's a bummer. The clashing effects is just one, which is sad. And then the effect in the blade is just one too, which it is the pressing, right? It's just one effect for each of these things that the lightsaber is supposed to do. And to have just one, it just kind of removes the idea of maybe these people want another thing that this lightsaber might want it for playing, right? If you want this lightsaber to play their other lightsabers, which they are for the same price, and they will give you more playability for your money than this one. But for the collectors like me, it's just like a really good replica of a lightsaber, if that's what you're just looking for, a good replica of the Ezra Bridger Legacy Lightsaber. This one is one of those perfectly. And like I said, Disney has that potential, right, that they just can bring us the exact thing that they use in the show. Why? Because they own the show, so there is no excuse for them to not give us the exact lightsaber from the show. And I think that's where it is. So we come to the conclusion that if you are a collector, yes, get it, why not? And if you are not a collector and you're just thinking adding a third, fifth lightsaber to your collection, personally will not be getting this one. There is other lightsabers who look a lot better for the same price. So that's where I am at. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think, if you guys are thinking in buying this, or if you are just kind of change your mind about it now that you saw this review. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation about what do you guys think about this specific Ezra Bridger Legacy Lightsaber. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.